All right, I have some bad news for you, but you're going to need to go back to the fundamentals and basics of this perfection drill, the self-perfection drill, in order to really discover Wing Chun. And I'm going to tell you, so many of you glanced over it. The number one, in my opinion, the number one technique, Wing Chun technique out there to prove everything in Wing Chun and also disprove everything you know about Wing Chun is the Pak Sau. Guys, what's going on? I'm Dominic Izzo. I'm out here in Chicago doing Izzo Wing Chun today. All right, here's the deal. Remember, let's break it down in the basic fundamentals of what it is. Well, what's the Pak Sau? P-A-K, S-A-O or S-A-U, whichever lineage you come from. I change my spelling all the time too. It's either S-A-O or S-A-U. Sau means hand, and then Pak, slapping hand, parrying hand. The JKD community thinks that this is a parry, right? And you've seen countless demonstrations. I do not think I need to wind up explaining it. You have the outside gate or the inside gate, and if somebody threw a punch, if you threw a punch coming at me with your left hand, I Pak Sau, right? I Pak it out of the way. I turn and Pak, or if I stand straight, I Pak. Inside, you throw a right hand punch straight in, I Pak Sau, right? If you look at the form, let's take this at its most fundamental core. How do we train it? Well, you know, after you define your center fighting line and then you punch, tan, this, that, your second movement is the Pak. We teach that it comes right where the imaginary seam is, where your pec meets your shoulder, right here, okay? This is as far as it goes. It doesn't cross, it's right here. It's the only time that our hand deviates, or most likely our wrist deviates off center line. Bong Sau, a little bit, maybe your hand is a little bit, but Pak Sau, you don't want it here, you want it a little bit past. The wrist is not on center. The thing that the Pak Sau shows us off the bat is when we Pak, you know, we come right back down, boom, right? So this is boom, boom, meaning that you may go off to the side, but it teaches you right go forward. The way that I teach it too is it's not really right out to the side. You teach, it's out and forward at the same time. So again, we're getting that dual energy of Pak Sau, not just to the side, but forward to the side. You accompany with a turn, and it's here, 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 which is pretty much straightforward, right? Look at the dynamics of Pak Sau and how awesome this movement is. Number one, what is it versus what is it not? It's an open hand strike. We constantly take these this pride in Wing Chun that we say, we don't have any strike or blocks in Wing Chun, everything is a strike. Well, then why are we training to parry or slap a hand out of the way? You're really not, nor you should be, right? When you look at these self-perfection drills, let's look at the progression of Pak Sau. Well, you learn chambered, without a turn first, Pak, Pak, Pak. Okay, that's great. With a turn, Pak. You put your Pak, Pak your torque behind it. Then with a turn of step, boom, you put all that strike and force into it. Well, if we're going to accompany it with another side, what do we do with Pak Sau? It's either over or under, Pak and punch, Pak and punch, Pak and punch. One of the beauties that Pak Sau is teaching us from the beginning is the necessity of recruiting that other side for stability. Because if you just turned and punched, well, it's not Wing Chun, right? We're defending, we're not attacking, and you leave your whatever side you're doing. In this case, is my right side. I'm leaving my flank wide open. I've talked many times about the opposite hip has to be engaged when you go forward. So I may be turning this way, recessing back here, but my other side has to be engaged. The Pak Sau, from the beginning, the turning Pak Sau, is one of the most brilliant movements of teaching you, both sides you have to be turned on. Both sides you have to be turned on. Both sides you have to be turned on. But this movement, a lot like Tan Punch, really destroys the theory that Wing Chun is fast and aggressive and straightforward, because we're throwing in a block. Gan is a block, Tan is a block, or Tan is a block, Pak is a block, Bong is a deflection, hey, Wu is a block, and we do that. That's the infancy stages of Wing Chun. You're learning to attack and defend at the same time. But what you have to get out of your mind is that Pak Sau even serves a purpose at all. It doesn't. If we're talking about combatives for Wing Chun, what the fuck are you going to sit there and wait for a punch to come in to slap it for or parry for? Pak Sau, when you actually look at it and strip away, serves no purpose in the Wing Chun role whatsoever. If you really think about what have I been saying for Wing Chun for years? By attacking, you are defending. So you can look at attack and defend, attack and defend, attack and defend, attack and defend, or attack and defend. attack and defend. It's literally by attacking you are defending. So if we're gonna treat the Wing Chun punch like a pistol, right? And the pistol is used to get to your long gun in a gunfight. Well, I want to get to this so I can get to this. I know a lot of you think you have this misconception that grappling exists only when you're going body to body. And I don't know why anybody hasn't fucking talked about this. Wing Chun is anti-grappling. Anti-grappling. But for some strange reason, everybody in Wing Chun wants to grapple when they get in that grappling space. Did you not hear what I just said? The definition of anti-grappling is anti, against, not to. You are learning not to grapple. And trust me, I'm going to be getting into this. One of you guys don't even realize that one of the first movements of the wooden dummy is one of the most crucial anti-grappling techniques in the fucking world. And it just blows me away. But I digress. When it comes down to understanding the Pak Sau, you're learning what you don't need, right? And if we're going to coin his phrase, and oh God, I'll give him credit, you're stripping away the unessentials, like Bruce Lee said. Well, then why are we even throwing in any of the 1, 2, 3? Why are we doing any of those? It's to learn the perfection of your body. You're going to need to learn from Pak Sau's point of view, how far past does my shoulder need to be violated in order for me to come back on center and strike forward? You're looking at snake and a crane, right? The Wing Chun system was watched by a snake and a crane fighting, allegedly developed from that. A snake doesn't go offline and then reset and come back on. A snake, wherever its head is, will strike. Well, Pak Sau teaches you, I'm offline, I'm off center. Wow, my body has to come back. I have to come back this much to strike forward. Strike forward. It's all over the place of self-development. The more that you stop worrying about, I have to find my Pak Sau when I'm sparring, boom, Gan Sau sparring, this and that, and the more you start to see, shit, the reason I train on my own in the concept of self-development and self-perfection is so I don't use any of this fucking bullshit. I'm telling you, when you guys start to strip away shit, you're gonna see that the nucleus of Wing Chun is the center line punch, and that center line punch gets you into a space to either grab, pull, or push. That's it. That's it. It is not boxing. Oh, Wing Chun is Wing Chun boxing. Motherfucker, no, it's not. You get in, you grab, and then you start punching somebody in the face 100 times. You get in, you grab, you lance out of the throat, pin him against the wall. You get in, you grab, you up the face, straighten out their spine, grab their throat. Everything, in my opinion, for the most effective Wing Chun is understanding your tools, that short range power, getting in to grab. Once you grab, you want to not grapple. That's the anti-grappling in Wing Chun. And the more you guys focus on the grappling is where all of a sudden, oh, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is where it's at and shit. I'm going to tell you, 99% of people who are ever going to wind up doing traditional martial arts, we're all fat fucks. We're out of shape. We got the gut. We don't talk about fitness and all this crap. So if we're going to do that, it means we need to expend as little energy as possible on our techniques. So you need to know them first and you need to get them out of your arsenal. So again, the beauty of the Pak Sau is it's one of the biggest movements in the Wing Chun system that shows you, A, both sides you have to be turned on. B, you're violating so much shit. It shows you recovery even so much better. And then it shows you, I don't need this fucking movement. Where does it apply? Why am I going to slap or try to parry or Pak Sau a movement, a jab that comes right back in as fast as it was thrown out? You're going to be left with your fucking dick in your hand going, holy shit, I'm swatting at air. So I know it's going to upset a lot of you guys when it comes down to this movement. The Pak Sau is, in my opinion, the most important move to learn in Wing Chun. A lot of you guys think it's Bong Sau. It's not. It is shit, and you perfect this, right? You're pocking energy, and then you're going to throw in, boom. And how do I turn back while firing a strike at the same damn time going forward? This is amazing. This is amazing. And then how do I step into it? How do I step back into it? And then you're going to see, why do I even fucking need it? You don't. Remember, the self-development portion of your martial arts journey is so important, and you guys have to go back to the basics and pay attention to it, and you will see what you need to eliminate to keep it so simple. That straight line going down, which is everywhere. All of these movements are expressed then in the dummy. You hear all the time the dummy's about recovering. Well, I don't have a dummy. Don't worry about it right now. The Bong Sau, I'm offline. How do I recover? The Gan Sau, I'm offline, how do I recover? The Pak Sau, I'm offline, how do I recover? Everything is, shit, I violated my center line, how do I recover? You're so focused about getting in Chi Sau, doing drills, being fast, being the wooden dummy, all this, that you have lost the purpose of perfecting yourself. It's as simple as that. These movements are so crucial in understanding your Wing Chun because they're going to help you understand you. So, Pak Sau, the most important tool in your Wing Chun arsenal to develop that, oh, that's a load of shit. This is everything. Guys, we got a lot more to come. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'll see you on the next video.